Alright there. Well, it's Friday. I'm out in the Lake District and you're watching Small Feet Pete. Yep. So today I'm out in the Langdales and I'm currently parked in the National Trust car park at Stickle Barn, and I'm off out for a solo wild camp. So tonight's location, when we get past this tree, is just up there, and that is Pike of Blisco. So my route up there is going to be up alongside Brownie Gill, up towards Red Tarn, and then up onto Pike of Blisco. Just passing the Great Langdale campsite there. That's a National Trust campsite. I said earlier I've parked in the National Trust car park at Stickle Barn. It's the first opportunity that I've had to use my National Trust membership card since signing up in April. So that saved us £8.50. I arrived here early this morning, got here for about 10 o'clock, just to make sure I got parked, and then I've just been sat chilling. Been sat at the Stickle Barn, just sat out on the benches. It's been a beautiful morning. I've had a couple of lattes and just sitting and enjoying the views. Beautiful. Look at this. The views are just starting to open up now. So as I've already mentioned, there's Pike of Blisco. The Crinkles are here. The band, which takes you up onto Bowfell. Then you've got Esk Pike. Absolutely stunning day. If I'm being totally honest, I'd say the Langdales is probably one of my favourite areas of the Lake District. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm currently walking along the track, heading towards Stool End Farm, where we'll cross over the bridge, crossing over, I think it's called Oxendale Beck. Absolutely stunning day. Not a bad forecast either. Not for this time of year anyway. It's September the 20th today. And it's obviously this time of year when autumn creeps in. The temperature gets cooler. So then you've got to plan your kit accordingly. But this weekend the weather's absolutely spot on. I think the temperature today, I think it reaches 16 degrees sort of mid-afternoon, but even through the night it only drops down to around 11 degrees. The wind's due to pick up a little bit later on top of Pike of Blisco. I think it's due to be forecast to be around about 20 miles per hour with gusts of around about 25 miles per hour. So for that reason tonight I've left the Fjallraven Abisko Light 1 tent at home and I've come out with the Hillyberg Solo Black Label. So like I said earlier, I'm out in the Langdales, and this is the first time out in the Langdales since my little incident last December. If you follow me channel and watch me videos, you will have seen the video of what happened last December. So basically, to cut a long story short, I'd set myself a challenge last year of doing one solo wild camp every calendar month, and December was the last one for the year. Anyway, I camped up on Side Pike. It was a similar day to day for weather conditions, totally beautiful, blue skies, really warm, and it was just a perfect day. I did know there was snow forecast, but the snow wasn't forecast until the Sunday, and it was only supposed to be a light scattering. Anyway, what had happened was I was camped, and through the early hours of the morning the snow arrived early, 24 hours early, and it wasn't a small scattering. It was initially a small scattering when I woke up, but as I was coming down off the fell it was getting heavier, and it was just totally unexpected. The weather forecast didn't even predict the amount of snow that fell, which caused absolute chaos in the Langdale Valley. Anyway, I was just parked up this pass here, and I got down off the fell in the morning, and I basically jumped in my van and started driving down the pass. Got about 100 yards from Warland Farm, which is just here, and the cattle grid, and I lost control of my van. It went into a slide and I collided with some rocks, which resulted in my van being written off. So, not a pleasant memory, to be honest with you. So like I said, it wasn't a pleasant memory. It resulted in my van being written off and me being stranded in the Langdales for the night. I made my way to the new Dungeon Gill Hotel, and I got a room there for the night, and I was rescued the next day. So yeah, it wasn't great, but I learned from that experience. The first thing I'm going to do this winter is I'm going to fit my new van with all season tyres, and I will be planning me winter wild camps accordingly to suit the weather conditions, suit the road conditions, as to where I'm going to park and so on. But yeah, to be honest with you, it was a little bit daunting coming back down into the Langdales, because it could have gone totally wrong. I'd actually gone to the right side of the road. If I'd gone to the left side of the road, I'd have been in I think it's called Redacre Gill, and possibly on my roof. So I'm just thankful that I am still here. Well, we're just approaching Stowland Farm here. Look at this, man. Pike of Blisco. You'll be able to recognise that fell top anywhere. If it was in a quiz and that came up in the quiz, I'd 100% get that right. Bit like Great Gable. It's iconic in how it looks. Little bit of cloud coming in there now. Again, I think that was forecast. I think there's a light shower due at around about 4 o'clock as well, but then that's supposed to clear up through the night. Shit. I don't like the look of this. I've got to get by these here. Don't like the look of that, but I need to get through. I'm just going to have to go for it. Well, I braved it and got past them. I have a fear of cows and horses. But to be honest with you, they didn't bother. Oh, the only other thing is if I come back down this way tomorrow, I've got to go past them again. Aye, I'll deal with that tomorrow. So I think just round this corner here, you'll have Whorneyside Force Waterfall. I've never visited that before, so I think I might have a look around there. It's only 20 to 2 now, so I've got loads of time. Because after that, I'll be just going up onto Pike of Blisco and then look for somewhere to pitch up there for the night. Also, I'll have to remember to get some water. Yeah, I'll probably wait till I get to the top of Brownie Gill and I'll get some water filtered up there. I'll use my new water filter. I think it's the Catadine B3. Oh, yeah, I'll use that for the first time. Christen it. Well, I've just had a bit crack with two nice gentlemen there. They were from Accrington. We're just talking about the weather, and I said how it's forecast 25 mile per hour winds on top of Pike of Blisco, and that's what it's currently forecast now. They've just come down from up there, and they said there isn't any wind, so a little bit of a bonus. But I'm not counting it out, it might arrive later on. So just this area, that's the bridge we'll be crossing to go up alongside Brownie Gill to get up on Pike of Blisco. But I think we're going to make a bit of a detour and we'll go and have a look at Whorneyside Force Waterfall first, which is just over here. I've never seen it before and got plenty of time. It's only 2 o'clock now, so let's go and have a look at that. So just looking up there, that's Hell Gill. Looks very impressive. What a beautiful area. This is the bridge that we have to cross to continue our path up to Whorneyside Force Waterfall. Well, I think this is the waterfall here. Whorneyside Force Waterfall. Oh, we'll get a bit closer. Wow, how nice is that? I wouldn't mind getting in and having a little dip. Awesome, that in it. Well, that's the waterfall done. Definitely worth the detour. If you've never been to it, it is worth a visit. It's not that difficult to get to either, so if you're not very fit like me, you should manage it. But yeah, definitely enjoyed that. We've got that to get up now. Looks like a monster from me, doesn't it? But as the saying goes, one step at a time. Well, that's us over the bridge, and shortly we'll be starting our main ascent up the Pike of Blisco. Looks worse than it actually is getting up. Looks, to be honest, it looks kind of horrific going up here, but like I say, once you get up there, it's not bad generally. Like my little motto, one step at a time. Failing this, like, just hit the stone staircase now. I don't know if you can see this in the distance. That's where we've just been, over to Whorneyside Force Waterfall. Yeah, we're going up here. Oh, well then, let's crack on. Oh, tell you what, man, these steps are a killer. Oh, proper pulling on the calves. Oh, I'll have to remember I need to filter some water as well, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that as well. So I've only carried up some drinking water. I need a little bit for making a brew and making me even a meal. Tough going this. Yeah, I've just been checking the map there. A little bit further up here, we do get close to Brownie Gill, and just before we get to Red Tarn, so I don't really want to be taking me water out the tarn. I'd rather have running water. So I think that'll be the last point where I'm going to get me water. So yeah. Well, that's us at the top of the stone staircase now. We just come into view here. Got Coal Pike and Great Knot. Look at that there. Look down into Brownie Gill. That's a canny drop down there, isn't it? Oh. Definitely a goner if you fell down there. That's just looking over to Brown How. Yeah, it's all stunning up here. Well, I've just been speaking to another lovely couple. The guy, he was in his 80s, or nearly 80, but I didn't get the names. They asked if this was for YouTube. I said yeah. Asked what my channel was called. Like I said, it was Small Feet Pete. So they said they'll give it a watch. So if you're watching it, It's nice meeting you both. I tell you what, here's me twisting on at 51 and the pair of them nearly 80. Quite remarkable, to be honest with you. I just hope I have the fitness to still do it when I'm 80. I still haven't gotten any water yet, which is a little bit concerning. There is running water down there, but that's kind of far down, that. I'm hoping that this little gill here, I hope that's got some water in it. Otherwise, I might offload the bag and go down there and get some filtered. It's only 10 to 4 like, so I've got plenty of time. It's sunset tonight. I think sunset is around about 7:15, so it's only 10 to 4. Yeah, it's not looking promising. I think I'm going to have to drop down here and get some water. Yeah, I'm going to. Because I really do want to. There's the tarn up here, but I don't really want to filter any water out of the tarn. Not when I've got just running water here. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, perfect. Good running water source here. Let's get some of this filtered. Oh, that was a task and a half, but anyway, that's a couple of litres of water filtered, so I feel a little bit happier now. So onwards to the top now. You couldn't ride it, could you? Look at that. But I still did the right thing. If that wasn't there and I got up here and I didn't have any water, I'd have been going back down there for it anyway. But I definitely know for next time. But that's a canny drop down there. Oh. Never mind. Just while I'm on about filtering water, here's a top tip for you. I don't know if it's on any water filter, but on this Catadine B3, it does pay to wet the filter before you leave the house and come out on the fells, because if the filter's dry, the flow rate will be absolutely rubbish. So I learned that lesson. Luckily I wasn't out on the fells, but I was in the house, and I tried the filter and I thought the flow rate's crap. So I went on YouTube, as you do, and tried to find a solution on why it was like that. Anyway, the tip I'm giving you now was the tip the guy gave. He said just make sure you soak the filter first, and it'll be fine. And sure enough, soaked the filter. Half an hour later, it was absolutely spot on. So that's a top tip for you. Don't know if the camera will pick this up. It is looking a bit cloudy over towards the Coniston range there now. We've got Greyfriar and Swirl House. Beyond that you'll have the Old Man, and Weatherlam will be over in that direction there. Just over here there's another tarn called Red Tarn. This is the second red tarn in the Lake District. Obviously the other one is just below Helvellyn, between Catsteacam and Striding Edge. So this is our path here now, up to Pike of Blisco. If we were to take that path there, that would take you up and round onto Coal Pike, and then you've got Great Knot, and if you carry on further around there you'll end up going across the Cringles. I've done that route before. I walked Pike of Blisco from down at Rhino's Pass last time I did it, and walked this way up and over the Cringles onto Bowfell and then back down the band. Yeah, there's Red Tarn there. Yeah, I wouldn't like to be up on Cringle Crags at this moment in time, covered in cloud. Tired now, like I said before, one step at a time, and eventually we will make it to the top, and it will be all worth it, won't it? 2 cans with my name on them, so I'm really looking forward to them. So here we are, top of Pike of Blisco, 705 metres. That was a tough walk, mind. That was tough going. Anyway, I'm going to have to find somewhere to pitch my tent. It is very rocky up here, so it might prove to be a bit of a task, this one. If not, I might have to drop down a little bit lower and find somewhere. Yeah, I'll come back to you when I find somewhere. Right, I've been on ages on the top looking for somewhere to pitch my tent, and there's nowhere suitable. It just all seems really rocky. So I've just come back down off the top, and I'm sort of on the northwest side of Pike of Blisco, and I found this area here. It's reasonably tufty, the grass, but I have got my 9-inch pegs with us tonight, so I should get a good hold there. And to be honest with you, the wind is coming in from the east, so this large rock formation here is going to provide a bit of shelter for us as well. Guess what? I've changed my mind on this spot here. When I've looked again, it is still a little bit rocky and a bit boggy, but there's an even better spot just down there, and it picks a view up of Lake Windermere as well, and I'll get a better view of the sunrise in the morning. Anyway, I'm going to drag all my gear back down there. Oh man, I'm knackered. Right, so like I said earlier, I've got the Hillyberg Solo Black Label tonight, because I know it was forecast for 20 mile an hour winds coming in from the east. So I've been buying some new pegs. I bought the 9-inch Eastern pegs. I've got 6 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten the tent down with the standard 6-inch Y pegs that come with the tent, and the guy lines I'll secure with the 9-inch Eastern pegs, and hopefully that'll secure it against the wind which is forecast. So anyway, I'm going to get cracked on and get it up. Well, that's the tent pitched. That was an absolute bar, Stuart, to pitch, because it's just, you can't see the rock underneath the tufty grass. everywhere I was putting a peg, it was rock. Like, I'll show you the tent first, but the tent itself looks absolutely spot on. And the views I've got tonight from my tent is Crinkle Crags, Bowfell, Esk Pike. I've got all the Langdale pikes there. I've got Side Pike and Lingmoor. And just over here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, I've got Lake Windermere coming into view as well. So, but I'll show you around the tent anyway. Yeah, so that's my pitch for tonight. There's a couple of rocks. I'm going to go and there's a couple of rocks. I'm going to go and find a couple of rocks to put on some of the pegs where I don't think they've got a very good hold. They've got a good hold, but I'm just not happy with them. So I'm going to find some big rocks to put on top of them, and then I'll be a little bit happier. And then I'll get all the gear in the tent. That's all the gear set up in the tent there. So I'll give you a quick look in as to what I've got. We'll start with the food. Right. So, my main meal tonight, I've got the Adventure Food chicken curry. I've had that before. For snacks, I've got a Philly cheese steak slice. That feels as though it's a bit squashed. I've got some Fridge Raiders hot and spicy chicken bites. Some beef jerky. A couple of bits of saurine there. I like them. Some Haribos. Some couple of coffees, a hot chocolate for later, a couple of brunch bars for in the morning, and you guessed it, the Yorkie for later on to go with a hot chocolate. Yes. So I look forward to having that later on. Gear in the tent, as you can see, I've got the Hillyberg Solo Black Label. I'm actually glad I brought that night, because if I'd brought the Fjallraven Abisko Light 1, I think I'd have struggled getting it pitched correctly. With the Hillyberg Solo being a freestanding tent, I was able to unpeg it very carefully because there was still a little bit of wind, and reposition it where I wanted it. But looking inside the tent again, the usual Rab Neutrino Pro 300 sleeping bag, the Thermarest Neo Extra mat, the Cedar Summit Aeros pillow. I've got all my electricals in that bag there. Basically, it's just my charger. The Gold Zero light there. And then at the bottom of the tent down there, I've got a dry sack with my down jacket in and my nightwear in. I've got my waterproof jacket there. Oh, I've got to show you my drink. The important thing. Hurry up, let me get them out. So, Beavertown, tropical IPS, that's 6.3%. I'm gonna have a can of that. I'm gonna have a can in a minute, to be honest with you. And this Big Eagle, West Coast IPA, and that's 6.4%. I've only brought the 2 cans. Generally, I only have one and end up taking one back, but I think I'm in the mood tonight to have them both. So yeah, stove, I've got the OEX Hero stove, and then just the Coleman gas there. So I think that's about it. I've got my hat and gloves and everything in my bag. Oh, I've got something new for later on. Oh. Look at this, a new head torch. It's the Fenix HM65R-DT. Know if the camera will pick that up there. So, first time out with this tonight, so I'm looking forward to giving that a try. I'll go through all the features on it later on. But anyway, for now I'm going to go out, I'm going to have a can, and I'm just going to admire these views, because this is what I'm looking at tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna have a can and I'll catch us in a bit. Look at this, man. I don't think we're going to get much of a sunset, but we may see the colour in the clouds. Yeah, Crinkle Crag's there. Out of all the Whorneyside, the Crinkles is my favourite. Way up, nearly lost my hat there. The wind is picking up a little bit. Got Bowfell over here in cloud. And then the Langdale Pikes, Pavey Arc. I can just say make out. I know the camera definitely won't make it out, but I can just say make out. Oh man, what's the tarn called? I can't remember the name of the tarn. Oh God, I can't remember. My mind's gone blank. I'll have to check the map in a minute. But you got House and Stickle and Pike of Blisco. Yeah, I'm going to check the map now and let you know, because it's bugging us now. You have to check in the map. It's Stickle Tarn, of course. Ah. Oh man, look at this. Look at this. How awesome's that? I might go and put the camera on time lapse and see if I can pick a bit of that up. But oh, it's looking absolutely stunning. Yeah, sunset tonight is 7:15. Sunrise in the morning is 5 to 6. So a little bit of a lie-in the morning. That's the good thing about the winter months. The sunrise is later, but the sunset is earlier. We're going in here. Just looking back down at the tent on there. Yeah, we're not going to get a sunset tonight. Too cloudy. Still equally nice up here though. It is, loving it. I've just knocked my camera tripod and all, so little bit gutted about that. A little bit heavy-handed with it, and I've snapped it. So I'll have to buy another one when I get home. Yeah, I think the weather forecast is a little bit wrong for tonight. Like, it's supposed to be clear now, and it's not. I'll show you. Yeah, the sky's looking very moody. Anyway, I think I'm going to go and have a can. I said that earlier and I still didn't open one up, but I'm definitely going to have one now. Well, nice kind of beaver town here. Oh, very nice. Back to the tent for a little bit now. After having a bit sit down on the top there, just watching the clouds, watching the colour in the clouds off the sun. But now I'm just sat chilling. Absolutely gutted. I've knocked my tripod. Devastated. 50 quid that cost me. Just had my chicken refrigerators hot and spicy, and they were spicy like. Mouth's burning. Ugh. I'll tell you what I forgot to do. Go and find some rocks. That'd be a good excuse to get the old head torch on, the new head torch. Give that a try. So here, I'll quickly get it out there now. Like I say, it's the Fenix HM65R-DT, and what it does is there's two lights on it there. There's a cool white light and a warm white light. The cool white light has a high setting of 1300 lumens, which gives you a beam of 170 meters. The second setting is 400 lumens, and that gives you a beam of, I think it said 96 meters. And that will last for 12 hours. The high beam on 1300 lumens, that will only last around about 4 hours, or depending on how hot the head torch actually gets. I think then it will knock it down to the next setting. And the third setting is 130 lumens, and even 130 lumens, I think it's something like 50 meters of beam, and that lasts 24 hours. On the warm white light, that's the high setting on that is 400 lumens, so it lasts about 12 hours and again about 90 meters. The second setting is 130 lumens, so 24 hours and about 55 meters of beam. And the low setting on that is 9 lumens. I think 9 lumens? No, not 9 lumens. Is it 9 lumens? I can't remember. I think it's might be 5 lumens and 9 meters of beam. But that lasts, on that setting, it'll last for 300 hours. No, it's decent. If I put this camera down a minute, hang on a second, I'll just put the camera down and I'll come back to you. There we go, I'm hands free now. So yeah, so the new head torch, you can adjust the angle of it, so you can tilt it forwards and backwards there. It's got a removable battery, so you can change the battery, but the battery's also rechargeable as well. I think it takes something like 3 hours to recharge it. And then on the headband, you can actually adjust it with one hand. So it's got this dial on the back, you push it in, turn it, and that makes the headband tighter, or you pull it out and that'll extend the headband. But no, it seems pretty decent. I've only had it on in the house, so I'll get a good test tonight when I go looking for rocks. So yeah, that's the new head torch. But no, it's actually a trail running head torch, but I think it'll be equally good for being out on the fell tops. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Oh, the other thing I meant to mention about the head torch as well, it's got a lockout feature. So to lock it out so you don't accidentally switch it on, if you press and hold one of the buttons, I think for 3 seconds, the warm white light will flash to indicate that the head torch is locked. To unlock it, you've got to hold both the buttons in for 3 seconds, and then the warm white light will illuminate. So I'll demonstrate that now. So I'm holding that there now. Right, and there you go. Just bear with us, I've just come outside to demonstrate the headlight. The head torch. So this here now is on setting 1 on the warm white light, setting 2 and setting 3, that's on the warm white light. On the cool white light, that's setting 1, setting 2 and setting 3. I don't know how the camera was picking that up, but I'm really impressed with it. Well worth money that. Like I say, my Petzl Arctic, that's a decent head torch, but not a patch on this one, like. Oh, yeah, money well spent. I would be pretty confident getting down off the fell with this head torch on, because the beam on it's unreal. Well, I'm just getting my nighttime clothing on. I might not look any different, but yeah, I've changed my top. I've put my thermal leggings on, and I've put my nighttime socks on, a pair of double line socks. I've got the one step bamboo leggings on, and I've got a merino long sleeved top on. I tell you what, mind, I don't know if any other wild campers do it, but what a difference it makes getting out of your daytime walking gear and getting some fresh gear on. You just feel so more relaxed. Just going back to my previous video, the one I did up on Kidsty Pike, I have been carrying a little bit of an injury. For some reason after that walk I developed a bit of shoulder pain, just a shooting pain in my shoulder. I don't know if I've torn something or overstretched something or whatever. The only thing I can put it down to is when I've come to put my rucksack on, I've maybe torn a muscle or something like that, but it's been very painful. It doesn't give us much grief today on the way up, to be honest with you, but just while I'm sat here now, it does just a little bit irritating, that's all. Anyway, I'm going to finish this can, and I'm going to have to think about maybe cooking some food. Sort of. On these ones here, you've got to remove the oxygen bag. That's it. Up there. Give it a good stir. Yeah, so last time I was out, I was in the Fenix Blisco Light 1. Tonight I'm in the Hillyberg Solo Black Label, my two favourite tents. They both have the good points and they both have the bad points. The Hillyberg Solo, one of the major positives is that it's freestanding, and like I say, tonight they're struggling to find a decent pitch. I thought, right, I'm just going to put the tent up and then I can move it and position it where I would like it. With the Fenix Blisco Light 1, you don't have that luxury, to be honest with you. The Solo is, I would say, considerably bigger than the Blisco Light 1 as well. But as I've pointed out before, I'm only 5'8", so both of them aren't a problem to me. But with you being able to open the inner fully and have all the vestibule area wide open, it does give you the impression that the tent is a lot bigger. I think the headroom's a lot higher on the Hillyberg Solo as well. But I do like both tents. I know the Fjallraven is a 4-season tent as well, and I know other YouTubers have tested it to the max, and it's handled everything it's been thrown at it. If I know the weather's going to be bad, I would bring this tent because I do feel a lot more safe in it. I think next year I am going to look for a lightweight summer tent. I know I mentioned before about getting the Durston X-Mid 1. I didn't get round to it this year, but I'm definitely going to look at something for next year. Well, that's me food done and dusted. Just finishing my can here, then I'm going to pop the kettle on and make myself a cuppa. I'm just thinking about me walk back down in the morning. I don't know whether to go down the same way as I came up or head off on the east side of Pike of Blisco, head down towards the pass where it meets up with Side Pike. Oh, I'll see in the morning, see what I fancy. Well, hot chocolate time. You get the drill. It only mean one thing. It's Yorkie time. And this is the last time I'm going to thank Paul Howe, because this is the last one that he bought us. So thank you, Howie mate. I've really enjoyed the Yorkie bars from you, but things have to come to an end, mate, so I'm really sorry. Unless you want to buy us some more, that is. I'm only joking. So, let's tuck in. Yes. The Yorkie. And hot chocolate. Here's a top tip for everybody that goes wild camping, and for people that use a screw-on type canister stove. Always disconnect your stove from your gas before you go to bed on a night. Like I say, what you don't want is the risk of any leaks coming from the gas canister, because that hasn't been connected properly. So always disconnect it before you go to bed. Top tip. Stay safe, everyone. Well, ready for bed now. Been out and brushed my teeth, had a quick wee, and I've just crawled into my sleeping bag, so I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Well, there's not much to see out here yet. It's currently, have a look, 5 to 6. Come out and it's just totally pitch black at this moment in time. Like I say, if we get a sunrise, it's not due until about, I think it's 5 to 7. So another good hour yet. So I think we'll make myself a brew and have a couple of cereal bars. Maybe just think about putting some of my gear away. Yeah, but had a little bit of unsettled sleep last night. I think I woke up once to go outside for a wee, but my tent must be pitched on a slight slope, and it's a sideward slope because I kept sliding off my mat sideways. So at one point I had my arm under my back just to keep myself propped up. But no, still good though. Right, I'm gonna put the stove on and make myself a brew. Cheers, everyone. Right, I've packed all my gear away in the tent, got it all in the rucksack there. I've dried all the outside of the tent off because it was soaking wet off dew or condensation, so I've give that a good wipe down. I've pulled all the guy lines out and wrapped them all up, so now the tent's ready to drop. So, and then we can head back down to the car. I still haven't made my mind up which way I'm going to go yet. I don't know whether to go the same way as we came up yesterday, or there's another route down this way on the east side of the fell, and head towards Side Pike, and I'm going to either head down the road that way, or I think there's like a bridle way. I can head down that and head towards the National Trust car park. I still haven't made my mind up. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'll start dropping the tent. Right, that's me all packed up. Tent's all packed away, all my gear's packed away. I've got my rubbish bag on the bottom of my rucksack. This is where I was last night. I've checked the area over, make sure I've left no pegs or anything. So it's all nice and tidy. I've left it just as how I found it. So, like I say, always remember, leave no trace. Anyway, let's get down off this fell. I'm just going to head back to the summit, and then I'm going to make a decision on which way I'm going to go back down. Yeah, didn't realise how much of a drop down this was. Yeah, there's a route down just down here. That's Kettle Crag down there, and that's Rhino's Fell over there. I think we sort of head down in this direction here, and then we head over towards Kettle Crag and drop into the valley there. Yeah, I think I'll head down this way. Yeah, I can sort of make a bit of a path out down here. So, yeah, keeps the walk interesting, doesn't it? Rather than going up and going down the same way. I just have to be careful with me footing coming down here, because some of these rocks, with it being early morning, there'll be a bit of dew set on the rocks, causing them to be a bit slippy. Yeah, I've just had to do a bit of a scramble down this bit, but I just put the camera down and made sure I had some good handholds and some good footholds as well. Yeah, that's a better view there. Got a marker cairn here. Oh, they come in handy when it's been snowing and you cannot see the visible paths. Just look out for the marker cairns and they'll keep you on track. Look at the size of these boulders. These have probably fell from up there at some point over the years. Maybe thousands of years ago even. Just looking over towards Windermere there, with the rays of sunshine beaming down on it. Looks glorious. So that's just looking back up to where we've came down from. sun's made an appearance now. And it looks like it's going to turn out to be a beautiful day. Really enjoying this walk on the way down. I'm pleased to come this way. Keeps it interesting. When we get down here, we'll actually pass the place where I had my unfortunate accident last December. So this is going to be interesting to see what I actually hit, because obviously everything was covered in snow, so it wasn't visible. Well, this looks like the final descent back down to the road there. So yeah, that wasn't too bad of a walk down, that. Yeah, a couple of bit of scrambly bits, but nothing too bad, nothing too technical. Like I said before, as long as you're careful and have some good handholds and some good footholds, you'll be fine. Well, I've just took a couple of layers off there. I was getting a bit hot there. This path here, that'll take us up and over towards the cattle grid where I parked when I did side pike. We're going to carry on down this road here and then walk down the road and face my nemesis. Yes. Tell you what, mind, it still gets me every single time when you look back to where you've come down from. Hey, we were up there last night. Up there, Pike of Blisco. You look at it and you think, nah, not a chance. But nah, it's surprising how far you can walk when you put your mind to it. Well, here we are back at the road. So just got a short walk back down there towards Wall End Farm. And we'll have a look at where I had my accident last year. Yeah, to think this is what I was driving down in the snow. It is kind of steep and narrow. How I got round these corners is beyond me. Been very lucky. You really couldn't see the road for snow. I actually remember sliding from this point here. The vehicle just went into a slide and I ended up all the way down here and hit some rocks at the bottom. See, looking at this bit on the left here, that is a good drop into Red Acre Gill. It is quite frightening to think where I could have ended up. Somebody must have definitely been looking over me that morning. Can't believe it, honestly. Could have been so much worse. Yeah, so I was sliding all the way down here. Like I say, I could have quite easily gone off the road further back there. My God. I could have swerved off into this direction here. But I think this here is where my vehicle come to a standstill. The back end came round. I think I must have hit that rock there. And then my front end went over all these rocks here. Oh yeah, I was sliding from up there all the way down. Like I say, I could have gone off into the gill just there. I could have gone into the gill just here. But like I say, I slid, hit that rock, and my vehicle was on these rocks here. I'll put some photographs on the screen of the van in the snow just for you to see. My God, so lucky. Oh, if humans are like cats and have 9 lives, that was probably one of mine gone. Absolutely unreal. But got to be thankful I'm still here, still here to tell the tale and hopefully learn from it. Anyway, let's get back to the car park. Well, I'm not too far away from the van now. I'm only about half a mile away, and I'm going to knock the camera off in a minute because you've seen all of this when I walked up the Pike of Blisco yesterday. So anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up. Yesterday I had a fantastic walk up to Pike of Blisco via Brownie Gill. It was great visiting Whorneyside Force Waterfall, never been there before, so yeah, that's definitely worth a visit. And then I enjoyed me route down off Pike of Blisco this morning. Really good, really enjoyed it. So anyway, if you've liked the video, consider giving us a thumbs up. If you want to receive notifications of more videos, then why not subscribe? It doesn't cost anything and it boosts my morale. If you've got any comments to make, or anything to ask about any of my equipment, where I pitched, me route up, me route down, then don't hesitate to leave a question in the comments and I will get back to every comment. If you've got anything positive to say, then again leave something in the comments, or even I will take on board negative comments. None of us are perfect, so yeah. So until next time, stay safe, get yourself out in the great outdoors, and I'll catch you out when I'm on my next adventure, whether it be walking or wild camping. Try for now.